welcome back to part 2 of tonight's episode of the DnD show. How's everybody? All right? All nice and refreshed? Got your drinks?
Yeah, all good.
Cool.
Yeah.
We had a wee and a poo from the dog while I was outside. Just to keep everyone updated, so we're good. Hopefully there won't be any accidents tonight. She had me up last night at like 4 o'clock in the night to go to the toilet. And we've got puppy pads down on the floor in the bedroom, and she'd already weed on one of them. I was like, I better take her down anyway. And then she went out and did a shit as well. So hopefully tonight, we'll see.
This is why we get cats, people.
Yeah, got 2 of them as well. But she's gorgeous, though. Little doggy. The cats hate her. They keep on swiping at her and stuff.
Aww.
Get there. We've only had her a week. Cool. So part 2. Here we are. D&D show. And we're doing the Lost Mine of Phandalin for any new people who are not there. But there you go. And we've just arrived in Phandalin, done a little bit of role playing. Everyone's done a really good effort. You found out that Gundren's brothers haven't arrived in the town. Everyone's a bit concerned. Barthen has said, it'd be really disappointing if anything happens to them, not just from his business perspective, but they're just really nice people, they're friends of his, and he would be very upset if anything had come to them. And he did say to you, if you've got it in yourselves to, especially after you found out that you'd already defeated those goblins, if you've got it in yourselves to trying to help, that would be really cool. You went down to, and there was some gossip from him, and also a bit further in the inn where after you kind of socialised for a bit and we montaged you playing and dancing, you overheard a conversation all about these Red Brand fellas who are some kind of unofficial mercenary group in the town, but they're bullying people, taking protection money and taking rents from people, and they've killed somebody and nothing was done about it from the town master. And then you go to bed. Morning comes round, I suppose.
Long rest.
Long rest, yeah. So so basically you have all your spells and your hit points back, which you lost from the last game. Obviously, you haven't done anything this game, yet, but you're back up to the top, where you were.
Feels good.
What is on the agenda for today?
Bit of brekkie. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so you've paid for room and board, so you've got breakfast. So when at some point you roll down in the morning and they offer you, whatever you want. It's a farm. It's a farming town rather. So you can get yourself medieval type food. You can get oats like
chicken.
porridge. You could probably get some kind of dodgy kind
Bread
of
and
fry
gruel.
up. Yeah, bread and gruel. Probably get some bacon and eggs and things like that if you want it. And it's already paid for. There.
I'll have that. Bacon and egg. Perfect.
Cool.
Should we take a table and discuss what we want to do?
Yes.
We don't know how potentially injured Gundren might be at this point. Do we need to ask anyone in town for any advice on where this castle is or where this keep is?
What we do. Yeah, I mean, also that we need to check on Sinjin or whatever his name is. I can't remember.
Sildar.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Check on Zelda.
Quasar.
I hate the man, but still, we've got to check on him.
Can I go and wander off and see if we can just check on Sildar quick? Because he's in the same tavern as us, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in there. I don't know what time you guys would have rose in the morning, but
6 a.m.
you don't know what room he's in. You can
We'll knock on every door.
there are 6 rooms in the inn, so you've got 4 of them. So there's only another 2 to choose from, but they're both shut with they're closed. That you can't get into. They're locked because they've been rented out. You can knock on a door if you want to knock on a door.
He did say he'll meet up with us, didn't he? At the
Well, he
town
basically
master's
said,
hall?
if you want to see him, then make your way at some point in the day to the town hall.
Should we catch up with him? I mean, we're heading there. If we go to the miners' exchange first, double back on ourselves to the town master's hall a bit later, and he'll hopefully be there as well.
Sounds good.
Yeah, you've got the map in front of you, so you can see where you want to go. So you can go down to the town master's hall. Basically, you've got the town. You can go anywhere you want. So you want to do some investigating, talking to people. There's a shrine there. There's shops. There's a smithy, a woodworker. Things on there that you can see. Which the chat can't at the moment. But there's.
Well, I think we should stick together in case these redheads show up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He's ginger
I think The miners' exchange seems to be where we need to go to kind of move on a bit, don't we? I think that's tied in with everything
We
so
could probably
far.
possibly get a map towards the mine, which
Yeah.
we might be able to use, something like that, you know.
And there's also this lost mine. They may have some information about that, or at least information about.
Apparently, I think that's meant the same mine as what these brothers have discovered.
Right. Oh, okay.
I would think so, but we'll see.
Yeah.
It's just too coincidental.
Did he say that the woman's name was it Halia?
Yeah, so if again on the map you can see next to the Phandalin Mine Exchange you've got Halia's home.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that Halia is what you were told her name was. Yeah.
I spelt that.
She runs the Miners' Exchange. So you can go down there. You'll ask at the bar because obviously you're not going to know where this is. You have your breakfast and stuff like that, and you have a little chat about what you're going to do. So it's probably sort of early mid-morning, I suppose. And so yeah, if you go down there, so as you're going down, you've got the massive town hall. There's a big old shrine that you walk past. At the moment, there's nobody there, but it's an outdoor, like it's a kind of like it's a very very small outdoor temple. Basically, it's a shrine. There's a little altar there and around a dilapidated, like an old tower or something that's all crumbled down, and it's just the remnants of it. As I said in the town description, most of it's built on the old 500 year old town, you know. And you go down from there, that's down south. You'll walk past this place here called the Lion Shield Costa. One thing that does catch your eye as you go past there, I'll just read this to you. Lion Shield Costa. So hanging above the front door of this modest trading post is a sign shaped like a wooden shield with a blue lion painted on it. As you walk
like all the stuff in the cave.
Boom. If you didn't already have inspiration, I'd give it to you. Yeah. You go past there. Woodworker shop is all shut up. Doesn't look like there's been anybody there for a little while. All closed up, shuttered up. You know, this is, you know, people, early bird catches the worm. So most people, you know, even if it's like people are milling about, people are working now already, you know.
Didn't that belong to the guy who was murdered? He was a woodworker, wasn't he?
There you go. Look at that. Somebody's a regular old detective, isn't they? Oh, fucking Sherlock.
I watched a lot of Jonathan Creek in the 90s.
So you keep on going down to the Phandalin Miners' Exchange. Cool. Okay, so the Miners' Exchange is a trading post, as I said earlier on, where local miners have their valuable finds weighed, measured, and paid out. In the absence of any local lord authority, the exchange also serves an unofficial records office. Again, told you that already.
Yeah.
Registering claims to various streams and excavations around the area. So
should we go up and talk to these fellas?
Yeah, so there'll be a kind of a couple of people going, you know, in and out as you go in. There's a small queue of people getting in there. As you go in, you can see like there's a woman at the back, sort of behind a desk, with covered in paperwork, and she's talking to some people. There's some people queuing to kind of wait and see her and stuff like that. As a human woman, are you going to just be polite and wait your turn, or are you going to burst in and talk straight to her like you did in the pub?
Well, I mean, we should probably wait our turn.
Yeah.
I mean, what she look like? Does she look like she's going to be hassle?
I'll tell you roughly what she looks like.
Is this Halia?
Halia, yeah. Halia, I don't know. Yeah, so there's not much, well, there isn't a description of her, but basically she's a kind of older woman, probably just past middle age, maybe in her 40s, around there. She looks shrewd, calculated, you know.
Sure.
Looks like she probably knows what's what, you know, doesn't take shit from anybody, you know what I mean? Like,
queue up.
Stuff like that. Average woman, you know, dark grey in hair, but yeah, she's looks a little bit rough around the edge, and you can hear her talking to people as well. And you know, she's very to the point and doesn't take shit from anyone like that. And she's basically, again, people were giving her little trinkets and stuff they found out, like little tiny bits of gold and stuff like that, but not a lot. A lot of it turns out to be just kind of like crap bits of iron and stuff like that. Eventually, you get to the front, and she goes, New people. How can I help you today, guys?
Hello there. We're looking for a map. Sorry.
A map? Well, I mean, I can probably provide you with a map of the local area if you want. There'll be a couple of copper pieces. What kind of map do you want?
We're looking for a map of some local mines. our friend Gundren has sent us here. He left recently, and he left all of his information about the mines that he has on his list. Oh, help! And he's sent a message to us asking us to pick up a map of all of the mines that he frequents. If you have that, I don't know what I'm doing. Help me.
We're looking for a map to Gundren's new mine. You know, the one that everyone's going on about. And what's with all these redheads?
She can only see my eyes as well.
Yeah.
What's with all these redheads?
Well, I don't know what kind of establishment you think we're running here, but this is an official place. I can't just be giving you details of every single one in the area. I can say the name rings a bell, but I mean, without going through all the records, I wouldn't be able to tell you exactly. And even then, I can't just, if he's laid a claim to it, I can't exactly just tell you where it is, because for all I know, you don't know you from Adam. You could be going down there. You could be hooligans trying to usurp it from him, for all I know.
Listen, I'm a holy man. I wouldn't be lying to you about this.
Yeah, so
the thing is, at the moment, you're withholding the retribution that we've got to serve, so we really need that map.
And why do you say you're looking for Gundren? Well, I don't have a map of any mines in this place. That kind of information is keeping. Again, people will steal the business. If people find a vein or something in the area, they tend to keep that to themselves so that nobody else goes and steals their business.
I suppose it's initiative then, isn't it, really? No.
Whoa.
I turn into a bear.
Okay.
No, I'm joking.
Before this happens, can I attempt to step in and don't know, we won't.
I don't really. But yeah.
She looks like she could take us as well.
TPK, yeah.
I honestly don't know what we're meant to be asking for. I'm a bit.
You tell me. You wanted to come here.
It seemed like the right place to be.
Yeah, I thought we'd be. I mean, we want the map anyway. Can I have the map? Give us the map of the surrounding area, please.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got copies there. Okay, she gives you
what we can say.
The map that you can, not the one of the town, but the other one that we've used of the general area of the South Coast. Yeah, and basically she's like, this is just the basic map. If you find something, you mark it on there. Perhaps you can come to some agreements with people and you can share information. But most people, as I say, will keep this to themselves. They're not going to be sharing stuff around.
Right.
Unless you've got a contractual agreement with them to do so.
I don't suppose you're looking for anyone to explore these mines and work for you. Do you have any subcontracts that you're looking for a team of hearty explorers and miners to take on?
I personally don't run any mines. That's not my business.
Oh, I misunderstand what your job is. I do apologise.
What my job is.
What are you for?
Who are you?
Who am I?
And where are we?
Well, you're in the Phandalin's
rolling her
exchange,
eyes really hard.
As the DM did just explain to you, right?
Yes.
This is people come here and they get their fines weighed and measured, and in some things, if they don't have a direct coin value, we buy them off, take them off their hands, and give you a cash payer on your fines. We also do keep some records of the local area and findings and things like that, but it's more like who lives in the town, who comes, who goes, who owes who money, who owes us money, most importantly, etc., etc.
Can we try and steal those records?
Yeah. Go round the back while we're interrupting.
You keep her busy. I'm going to sneak round the back.
This is just harumph, woman. Harumph. This is terrible. You should give us them records now in the name of love or something.
I was wondering if do you know of Gundren? Do you have any information on him that would help us help his business while he is away working? I don't know what to ask.
Well, I mean,
why are we telling her that he's away working when we know full well?
Yeah,
that
we know he's been.
Do we need to hide that?
Well, I kind of don't want to tell her that
Don't alarm her.
We've lost him. He's been captured.
there is a
I think we
certain
need to be
amount.
straight up.
Although I just said it out loud.
There is a certain amount of customer confidentiality involved in this position.
Okay.
But last I heard, they had some find. He was off to Neverwinter to try and get some documents made official so that he can have legal backing of Lord Neverember himself. Who, why he would care, he doesn't give a two tosses about this town. He hasn't, whatever. Do I know him personally? I've met him. What more do you want?
Harriet, can I ask you a question?
Woman to
in
woman.
hushed tones. Do you know anything of the black spider?
Can't say that rings any bells. A black spider.
I think that's
All
probably for the
spiders are
best,
black,
thank
aren't
you.
they?
Good.
And do you know anything about Cragmaw Castle?
Cragmaw Castle.
Burr says in the records behind her.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute.
I'd kind of sidetracked that because it seemed like you weren't too set on the idea. So I was like, let's not just go for that. A Cragmaw Castle. No, is it something you found round here? Want to lay claim to it? Got any interesting finds?
Well, nothing from the castle itself, but I just put the jade statue of a frog with golden orb eyes on it and go, we found this. I don't know if it's worth anything. If you could tell us, or if you have any information about this little statue.
Oh, let's have a look at this. She kind of looks at it, gets out a little magnifying glass, kind of turns it around, looks at it, looks at the golden orb eyes, and then, gets a little knife out and scratches the bottom a little bit. And she's like, oh, yeah, well, genuine jade, I would say. Little golden nugget eyes, is he? Oh, probably give you about 40 gold pieces for it if you want.
It's worth 60 at least.
That was an attempt at a haggle.
I think, yeah, we'll sit and watch what happens.
You can roll some kind of persuasion if you want.
You must be
I've
mad.
got a +1 persuasion. Who else?
This is coming from Scapes. He's the one that made the
Scapes did
offer.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, go on. Let me roll a persuasion.
Apologies.
Oh!
Natural 20.
Oh!
Boom.
Oh, my chat is down the bottom.
It's worth at least 60. She
Bloody
goes, have 80.
Natural 20 plus 2 for a total of 22. She's like, I'm not in the business of charity here, but if it means that you're going to just get out of my office and leave me alone, I'll give you 45.
Bless you, my child. Well, how much?
45.
45.
Bless you, I'll take that blessing back. Really, for a natural 20. What else? Okay, well, I'm all out of ideas.
It's only worth.
I say
We'll take it. It's not worth.
we'll take the money.
It's worth 40. You're lucky. There's, she's not going to give you an extra 50% on top. Maybe I should have started lower. I should have told you it was only worth 30, and then maybe you could have haggled up to 40. But no.
She's honest. She's
All right,
honest.
so what should we do? Just split that gold up?
Yeah, we'll chuck it in with the rest of the treasure we collected. That could be our kitty, can't it?
Oh, yeah, should we have a treasure kitty? Yeah. Have you been
well,
keeping
we got-
track of
Yeah, we got 600 silver pieces, 110 something else, and 2 healing potions from the cave.
Sounds like you just nominated yourself treasurer.
I thought we had 600 copper, 110 silver from the
Copper,
cave.
that was it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus 7 from the
is
goblins and 2 silver from the 7 copper from the goblins, 2 silver from the goblins.
Oh, we haven't-
After we had a night at the inn, 607 copper left and 82 silver.
Burr is now treasurer.
Yeah.
Did we get 10 gold each for the cart as well?
You did, yeah.
But that was
I've-
split between us.
Put that
Well, we've
in
got-
my... I can...
Personal fund.
80. Did you want? Should we all take that each, or do you want to chuck it in there?
What's that? I mean, we can divvy this up.
Yeah, what is
What's
it?
Well, we've got
600.
85 gold. That was
What?
the 40 from last time and the 45 from the frog.
There you go. Split. Give 20 gold each for personal funds and stick the 5 in the treasury fund.
Sweet. All right. The treasury fund. I like it. Like we start a country. We
So
start a country.
This is
So 82 silver, 5 gold, and
Yeah.
607 copper.
wonderful,
Yeah.
airtime for the viewers.
I know. Sorry.
This has to be done.
Anyway, let's kill something.
Where
Starting
people,
with Hellet.
so people were saying that in the chat as you're going through there about now you're haggling for stuff. Lucaru says it was a bugbear's second most cherished possession. Yeah, which was kind of amusing. But what made me laugh the most, silently to myself just now, then was Psych Unsent, which says NPC, and then question marks, as the DM just told you, end question marks, says, because fourth warden. Like, we'll break the fourth wall a lot because I find it's funny.
Also necessary.
Well,
Possibly.
I'm kind of all out of ideas at the miners' exchange.
Well, I mean, like, I think Lisa hit the nail on the head. Millicent, well, it was out of character, so Lisa. But I mean, really, like, what are you hiding at the moment? Like, you're saying about, what did you come here for? What was your intention to come here? What did you want to ask about?
All we really wanted to do was drop Sildar off and then get going back on the trail to try and find Gundren.
Yeah.
Everything we've picked up since has been.
So why did you come to specifically to the miners' exchange? What information did you want?
I thought we were trying to get towards the mine. I thought we'd find out where the mine is from here.
Yeah, I
idea.
thought there was information about mines. Yeah.
It seems this woman is bereft of information.
No.
Yeah, she's useless.
Or hasn't? I thought it was for find work. That's what confused me.
Oh yeah,
because you were asking about Gundren and stuff.
But I suppose no one knows about Gundren because he's
not been
gone
here for
missing.
a while.
Yeah.
We'll level with you, right? Gundren's gone missing. He's had a spot of trouble with someone, and we've lost him.
We didn't.
And this is my problem. Why exactly?
You're completely right. I do
I'm
apologise.
sorry. I mean, it'll be a shame if he had a mine and it would have brought us some business. But I don't know the man really. And
There
people
is
go
one
missing all the time.
question that you didn't answer.
And what was that, my dear? Because
brand.
my time is worth nothing. Red brands. What?
Well, we're trying to get to the bottom of our friend's kidnapping, and
sorry, I
as we've entered town, we have found out about, as Scapes said, the redheads, the red brand,
Yeah.
and we think there might be a connection. Is there anything you can tell us about them?
The red brands. I mean, and she looks around the room, make sure there's no one sort of dodgy ears listening. And she says, "Well, I mean, a bit of a problem to the town. Leave me alone. No, they know better to come in here and mess with me. They're causing trouble in the town. Not the nicest bunch. Hang around at the Sleeping Giant tap house is where they tend to frequent. They don't go into the Stonehill too much. They kind of have an agreement. There's too many NPC names. Whoever that guy is,
What race are they?
Toblerone. That's the one. Him. Mostly human. Yeah, mostly human. Everyone around that you've seen around this town so far have been humans that you've seen so far. She tells you, but I do believe they've got a base under the old manor up on the top of the hill. People see them coming and going from there quite a lot. But there's nothing up there. Most of the buildings have fallen down. But I'll stay away from them.
I think that's really helpful
That's
information.
what we-
Thank you.
Unless
Thank you very much.
you said that you might be looking for some work. And she looks around.
Yes.
So again, she looks around the room, and she says, "Tell you what, you look like you're capable people. You were talking about justice earlier on, punishing people.
That's my name. Don't wear it out.
Look, I tell you what, they're a bunch of hooligans, unorganised, couldn't arrange a piss up in a brewery. If you eliminate their leader, calls himself Glassstaff, I'll give you 100 gold pieces if you bring me any correspondence found in his quarters, wherever it is he lives. My own informants tell me that they have a secret base underneath the manor.
Okay.
We shall do.
Correspondence we're looking for, or
I
just
don't know.
evidence of correspondence? Okay.
Just anything he's got in there, any kind of evidence.
Paperwork.
As I say, we keep records. I like to know everything that's going on in this town, and if something's useful that you find in there, you bring it to me, and I'll give you 100 gold.
It's
We
a
will do
deal.
our best.
Well, I think we should head to the Sleeping Giant, but on the way, I want to check out the Lion Shield coaster for this blue logo and see if we can figure out what that is.
Of course.
If everyone's up for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just before we leave, I ask Hayla how much for this, and I just pop the duck on the counter. Anything for this thing?
Where the hell were you keeping that thing? Get it out of here before it poos on the floor.
Fair enough. I run away.
How much for a duck?
you
Take
just
it down
try
to the
to
elderly
sell a live
farm.
duck?
They might take it off your hands if you're really desperate to sell a duck.
Thank you.
To the Lion Shield Quarters, which is here somewhere, was basically across the road. You walked past it, as I
it's
said.
on the way, yeah.
So, hanging above the front door of this modern trading post, a sign shaped like a wooden shield with a blue lion painted on it.
And it's not open, no, it's closed.
No, this place is open. It was the wood cutter's place that's closed.
Ah, yeah.
I've got to say, guys, there's one thing that I was going to say on here is, like, we left all of their loot with the tribe of goblins.
You did?
Yeah.
So, what is it that we want to actually say in here?
Well, I was just curious how the blue lion emblem ended up in that cave.
It could be
a lot
that
of the
they had.
pieces-
It could be that
Just
they
curious.
had a party or a staff member.
Yeah, they probably had a shipment that was.
Well,
Yeah.
I have
Do you
got
think
mine
it's
as well.
worth chasing, or should we leave it?
It might be worth at least informing them where their stuff is and where potentially their staff member is, or was.
Oh, who was that?
Well, no, I'm saying in potential. There might have,
Yeah,
usually
if
a shipment
they've
comes with.
done over a caravan, yeah.
I see.
We didn't see anyone, but it might be worth pointing out to them that it's there.
Just looking at the chat, guys, and there's a little button I can push which shows me who's in there. Users in the chat. I think, having a quick count, we've got about 17 people in there,
Ooh.
which is pretty amazing. Though actually, double check, one of them is Gavin. But otherwise, yeah, Gavlar666 is in there. Thanks for watching, Gavin. Thank you.
Hey.
That's wicked, and there's some new names in there that I don't recognise. So I absolutely love the fact that you're in there, and a couple of names that I do. So it's great to see that you guys are coming back week after week. That's fantastic. Thank you. Cool. Yeah, and people were saying, "Not the duck. Don't sell the duck."
It's a lucky duck.
Licker Macon says, "Burn her." There you go. So, cool. So, what are you? Are you not going to check out the Lion Shield?
We are knocking on the door.
Well, you don't need to, it's a
I
shop.
think.
we
Let's
just
go
stroll in.
in. We'll make it very brief. I don't think we should spend too long in here.
No, just have a chat with them, see,
Okey-doke.
let them know.
Okay, let's have a look. What does it say on here? So everybody roll me... You can all roll for it, see if you recognise them, just in general. Roll me a history, just to see. It's going to be a bit of a harder one, but just to see if we can give you any information about the company.
12 for me.
I'm good at history.
17.
24. 24.
Oh, bloody hell. Okay, you roll an 18.
It's plus 6 on
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
skill.
Because you're a gnome, you get a +2 to your intelligence, and when we did your stats, it was randomly rolled, and you rolled, well, the computer rolled pretty well for you. So I think you had a 16 plus the 2, give you an 18, gives you +4 straight up on intelligence. Plus, then you've got proficiency as a +6. It's lovely. Okay, yeah. So absolutely, you would have in your travels as well. I think you've got looks like an acolyte background or something like that. You're learned. You read books and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah. So definitely, the Lion Shield Costa, you would know now you think about it, is a merchant company based in the city of Yartar, which is over 100 miles to the east. They ship finished goods to all small settlements throughout the region, basically. So it's basically just a merchant company that ship weapons, armors, and things like that all around the area and region, but they're based miles and miles away. So you've probably seen their shops in other towns and stuff that you visited throughout your 100 years or however old you bloody are. And when you go in, there's just the one woman in there, and there's like racks on the walls and things like that of armor and but none of it's really particularly that good. And you can see there is a back room which is barred and locked. There's a human woman, mid-30s. in there. She looks pretty good, actually. She looks like she could probably handle herself, pretty tasty, fit. Not necessarily sexually attractive fit, but I mean like acrobatic fit. If you want her to be attractive, then she can be attractive. Whatever you want. It's your
Not
theatre.
fussy.
Your theatre of the mind. Let's say that she's sort of blonde with like a scraggy ponytail tied back and stuff. You can see that underneath her tight-fitting outfit, she's probably got an ample bosom under there as well, if that's what you want, you dirty perverts.
Pump it out there, Luke.
Yeah. You imagine that if she was to wear
She sounds
makeup-
like she might be more interested in Millicent. I send Millicent in first.
Yeah, that's true.
Good day. How can I help?
Hi. I'm going to speak now because you told me to. We might have some news and information about a shipment that you may have lost recently.
What is this? Is this some kind of hostage deal with my goods? You found my goods?
No. We don't want to. We don't want
We left
anything
them
in
there.
exchange for this information. We couldn't. We found them in a cave that has been taken over by goblins. We dealt with some of them, but we could not bring the goods back. We just came into town shortly after, and we noticed the symbol on your shop sign matched the goods that were in the cave. We just came in to sort of let you know that that's where they are, and thinking about what might have caused that to happen if you may have lost a staff member or something with that shipment. We just thought it best to tell you that we found it.
But
You're
didn't bring it.
telling me that they say
This is awkward.
no good deed.
Yeah, that's what I mean,
No
mate.
such thing as a
it would
truly
be.
selfish. I don't understand. You just out of the goodness of your heart want to tell me that
Yes.
you found my. And just coincidentally,
Yes,
I
and
do
that we
have a
couldn't-
lost shipment. Yeah,
We couldn't bring
bandits.
it. We couldn't bring it ourselves. I'm being like 100% up and up. This is not trying to trick anyone. We weren't enough to bring it back ourselves. We had an injured party and a shipment of goods to try and get here ourselves.
did-
You can ask Barthen if you don't believe us.
A cave, you say?
Yes, I wouldn't suggest going and trying to retrieve this stuff yourself. I just thought it would be a kindness to tell you. Good day, and piss off out.
She.
I mean, that's what we needed to do.
Yeah. Okay.
Conscience feels better
She
now.
doesn't really
She
know what
take
to
it.
say, and if you just left, she's just dumbfounded. Like, why would some random strangers just walk in and say, "We found your stuff in a cave," and then walk out? Like, it's
Oh,
just-
oh, wait. Okay. I turn around and go, by the way, the cave is, and I'll give her a short description about where it is.
I think
And I'll say,
I-
if you want to employ some mercenaries to go help you get your stuff back, it's pretty much all there.
Well, if you would like to pay us to
I knew
retrieve
this was
your
gonna
stuff
happen.
at some point,
Pock, that's incredibly rude. She's not.
But I mean, how do I know? Wrong accent. She's a bit more posh. She's a bit more. She's like knightly. How do I know that you aren't the ones that stole my caravan and are now ransoming it back to me? Why would I
well, you
pay you?
It sounds like you're getting
Well,
the
you-
general idea.
yeah, you don't. It just depends if you need your stuff back or not.
Guys,
I'm
are we
sure-
good? We're good, right? We're not evil.
No, we are good. It just, I mean, she's been a bitch about it, you know.
Oh my god.
No, I appreciate the information. It's just not many people just turn up and give a stranger some useful free information without an ulterior
Yeah.
motive. I mean,
That's kind of what we do.
as if okay, I suppose I'll have to take your word on it. Who did you say you are again?
I'm Millicent. This is Pock, Burr, and Scapes.
Hi,
We're friends of Gundren. Do you know Gundren?
this is Duck.
I can't say that I do know Gundren. Linen
I'm very sorry, we didn't
Greywind.
catch your name.
Linen Greywinds. I just said, have some patience, dear boy, and
Sorry.
it's called active listening.
Get schooled, Sean. Get schooled.
Yes.
Is this how Pock dies?
This is okay. I appreciate the news, thank you, and I shall look into it. Is there anything else that I can help you with at this particular moment in time.
Just one quick question. I recognise your name, and I just wanted to clarify. Do you have a husband in the village, who possibly works at the Stonehill Inn?
No, you're talking.
No. Okay, wrong person. I do apologise. I leave.
Toblin? No, because not Toblin.
I misremembered some
He's
information.
a married man. What?
I thought you was his wife. I do apologise.
Not my type. No, Toblin Stonehill. Toblin Stonehill. His wife is called Trelina, and they're very good friends of mine. And I don't quite like what you're insinuating, sir.
It just have very similar sounding names, Lena. That's what the issue is.
Lenine.
Everyone.
I see. I'm
Grey
I'm
Winds.
gonna go now.
The accents.
it's
Miss-
absolute
He's
pleasure.
not from round here.
Miss Lenine Grey Winds. But again, thank you, and I shall definitely look into it. Okay.
Bye.
Bye then.
Bye.
I suppose. And she's just like really puzzled and does not understand.
Guys, I think we did that perfectly.
That was good. I liked it. That was good.
I'm gonna keep quiet for a bit. I think on suggestions.
Is it,
let's-
is it
Should
just
we
me?
hurry on to the Townmaster's Hall?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it
It's
me or
moving
does this
on.
You take the lead, man.
Psych
Go on,
says,
Bert.
is it me or does this party seem too nice for their own good? Lucaru says, wait, ransoming stolen goods is evil? No, surely not. Flack30 says, very non-murdery, far too lawful good. Lucaru says, Toblerone, question mark. Yeah, there you go.
So we've got two options, really. Well, three options. We've got the Townmaster's Hall, the manor on the hill, which we can have a look for a secret basement, or we have the sleeping giant, which I believe they said the redcoats frequent.
Well, I think if we go to the town hall to start with, because Harbin Wester's there, and he's had some dealings with these, well, or not had any dealings with these red brands because he's keeping himself out of the way. But he might be able to give us a bit more information about them. We think,
Also, Sildar might be there by now as well.
yeah, we got to
Yeah.
meet up with him.
So as you can see again on the map, you've already walked past it actually coming down here. It's just on the corner. Sorry, excuse me. Just on the corner again. So again, something else you can edit out is I'm burping a lot this evening. So feel free to edit that out in the podcast mix.
Will do.
Townmaster's Hall. Okay, so Townmaster's Hall is sturdy stone walls, a pitched wooden roof, and a bell tower at the back. Yeah, there's a big bell on there, like an emergency bell, like they might have rung back in the day if it was under attack to alert, or something like that. If there was a fire, they'd ring it to alert people, you know. What do you, again, it's free to go in and out. People can just go in and out. It's just like medieval office building, basically. Opens up into a big old hall in there where they would conduct maybe some town meetings and things like that. A few rooms off on the side, and there has been a desk pulled out, and Sildar has kind of just situated himself at the back corner of this massive hall, basically, and he's talking to some guy who you don't recognise. Kind of a podgy, fat, balding man with flushed alcoholic cheeks.
I've got an idea who that is. Right, should we saunter over?
Yeah, let's do that.
In your
Sauna.
lead.
We swagger over to Sildar, and how's it going, Sildar? What's your beef?
And yeah, he said, friends, thank you. Sorry, I knew, of course, that you would come and see me, but lost track of things. I'm still not quite feeling well. And he kind of stands up, and as he stands up, you can tell that he's like aching all over, and he really has to kind of support himself. And next to his table, there is like a makeshift kind of crutch that he's made there to stand up. And he kind of offers you a kind of hand to shake your hand. Well met. Thank you. Sorry. This is Harbin. Harbin meet. Well, where do I start? This is Burr and Pock, was it? I'm sorry, I wasn't really myself when we met. Millicent and Scapes. Anyway, the all excluding Pock, were working with Gundren and carried bath and supplies. They rescued me. Anyway, and Harbin was like, good day. And he's like, anyway, Sildar, sorry that I can't be of any more assistance. I'll, if you need me, I shall be back in a while. I'll see you soon. Sildar says, friends, thank you. I apologise. I was expecting to find Iarno. He came down here about a month or two back, representative of the Lord's Alliance. Supposed to have set up an office here. But apparently, after a few weeks or so of being here, he went missing. Seems people have a habit of doing that in this area at the moment. That's kind of why I was heading here and why I was travelling with Gundren. We hadn't heard from him in a while, and now I'm distressed to feel that perhaps something more sinister is afoot, especially with the Gundren's disappearance and potentially his brothers as well. Did you hear about his brothers? They've not been here in a 10-day.
No, they've gone astray as well, haven't they?
I'm looking into it. I plan to do some investigating on my own, see what I can turn up. But for now, friends, how can I be of assistance? I owe you a debt of gratitude.
So, do you know where the mine is? By the way,
Gundren's mine.
yeah.
I
The new one.
can't say that I do, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Him and his brothers were keeping that tight to their chest. They hadn't told anybody. Worried that if people found out, then of course somebody might get there and lay claim to it before they could. Even if they could prove a legal family kind of right to it, there is still very much a prospectors, finders keepers. So no, unfortunately, I do not know where it is. I know he had a map. He did tell me about it, but even me, he would not let anyone see it in case what happened, I suppose. And he was right. I wish I'd listened to him more carefully. It's why, if you remember, it was I who interrupted your meeting and informed him that there were spies. He had come to me, and I had looked into it for him and found that he was actually not just a paranoid old fool. And perhaps if I'd taken him more seriously and worked a little bit quicker, then we could have avoided all this. I knew that we shouldn't have travelled down. We should have travelled together. But I understand he was worried about his brothers.
Talking of spies, what's the password?
Hey.
It's I like butt stuff. Was that right?
Is that?
Incorrect. Kill him.
Correct. I turn into.
I'll grab it.
Turn into a bear. It's, of course, it's out now.
No.
Well, out now backwards. No ta. He says it right. He says it right. Whatever it is, he tells you. Whatever it is, he tells you what it is because it's
Bullshit.
Sildar is not the DM. And Sildar knows his shit.
We nearly killed him, man.
Sildar,
One or two.
Can you remember anything from when you was taken by the goblins? Is there anything you can remember?
About the black spider.
The Black Spider.
Cragmaw Castle.
About the whole experience?
We were making good time when we barely stopped. We didn't have a full sleep. Perhaps if we had stopped to sleep, we would have been better prepared for the ambush. They jumped us as we were riding through. We were going too quickly. Didn't stop to think that maybe it would have been a spot for an ambush. I have done the journey before. It's never experienced any trouble. Before I knew, they just all open fired from everywhere. There must have been 15, 20. At first I thought it was just bad luck, just bandits on the road. But when they came out, and they were precise. They didn't want to kill us. They aimed for the horses. They needed us alive. Dirty little goblins. I tried to fight. I protected Gundren as good as I can. I believe he's alive. He was definitely alive the last time I saw him in that dark, miserable cave. And he stops and shudders a bit. All I know is the bugbear, Clark. I think I heard the sound. Hard to tell. I don't really speak Goblin, but it was definitely a sound. Clark. He sent him with a group of goblins and led by some other hobgoblins. Took the map, sent him off. I don't know where. I heard your conversation with Yimik. I heard them say Cragmaw Castle, but it doesn't mean anything to me. I wish you'd have killed him. You should not have given mercy.
Okay. Do you know anything about the red brands in town at the moment?
Can't say that I do. Red brands. I've been here. No. Can you explain?
Well, we've heard these mercenaries going around causing trouble in the area, and we've been asked to have a look into it.
Okay.
Might be a good reason for you to keep your inquiries hushed.
Yeah.
I appreciate the fair warning. Just give me a second. What do you mean causing trouble?
Well, I think
Well,
there's
we
Pardon?
believe they murdered a local woodcutter, and since then his wife and children have gone missing. And the man you were speaking to apparently has done nothing about it. How well do you know Harbin Westers?
Not very. He's the elected official in the town. I would expect him. There's not much of any kind of guard force in the town. It's not yet protected by the Lord's Alliance. That's what we're doing here, is to try to set up an official footing, and then we could protect it and set up our own guard and militia. But if people are already doing that job, but doing it through tyranny, that is definitely something that myself and the Lord's Alliance would be interested in putting right. And he looks across, and you can see that just kind of across, hobbles out to the door, and he shouts, and he's like, Harbin, before you go, I need to speak to you. And Harbin comes from his office, and he's like, I can't remember what voice I use. He's like, what? I was just going to go see some business. What is it? Sildar, please. He's like, I fucking hate role playing myself, you bastards. So then they have a little conversation, and Harbin basically he kind of relays this, and it's like the red bands is just a harmless mercenaries. They set up camp in here, but then they just sell swords, just like you, Sildar. Sell sword. Who are you to say that you what honourable or not? A blade for hire is a blade for. They're harmless. They keep themselves in check. Murder? I've not heard of any murder at all. And if there was, they were probably just doling out justice to somebody who deserved it, I'm sure.
Can I see if he's lying?
You can certainly roll an insight.
I have terrible insight, but I'll roll it anyway. 15.
Of course, it'll be my first dice roll of the game.
Hey.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, you can tell definitely he's not lying as such. He's worried. He looks. You can tell that actually he was a bit taken back and kind of stumbling for words and didn't really know what to say, and like he was possibly a little bit scared of the line of questioning, but you don't get a sense that he's lying as such, just worried.
I want to talk about it.
Yeah, well, we heard that the local woodworker was murdered, and a few days later, his wife and children went missing, and you've done nothing about it.
I heard that they'd left, yes, but disappeared. I imagine times are tough. They've probably just gone home to tribe or wherever it is that they came from. It's just murder? No. And the people that would be taking care of that, who else would take care of that apart from the red bands? Who would? There is no guard force here other than the red bands, and then just don't worry about it and stay out of trouble. We don't want any trouble here in Phandalin. We're just honest people looking for honest day's work. Just if you want some work there, I heard that there is some orcs causing trouble up by Wyvern Tor. There's you may have seen it as you came in, but the DM decided not to tell you about it. But there is actually a sign on the door about it. If you want a reward for it, orcs near Wyvern Tor. Give you. I think it's. I want to say. Let me just load up the page for it. 100 gold if you can prove you can clear out these orcs causing trouble to prospectors in the area. But red brands, they're just doing their job. Murder, not in. No.
So you said that you believe that whoever had anything happen to them deserved it in some way, shape, or form. Are you suggesting the woodworker did something, or?
I'm saying, and that first of all, who are these people to question me, and two, if somebody was murdered, then this is the first that I am hearing of it.
I'm just going to roll my eyes and sass my way off.
I can roll an insight again for that one,
We've lost.
because like you said, you obviously paid attention because you said you were. So.
Insight is +3. Oh, I'll take it. Can I use my inspiration for that?
Of course you can.
Oh, it's a bit better, but I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, you maybe it's because it's just the angle that you're looking up at him being so short, but I'm not sure if he's definitely flustered by
I think this
live
guy seems like a
questioning.
bit of a weasel, and I think we can threaten him.
Bear, you're pretty intimidating.
Yeah.
I think we can threaten him and tell him. So yeah, look, you obviously know something. If you don't start talking, I'm going to start removing limbs.
Whoa.
I love that that's your go-to. We're going to start with the toes.
He means his own. He's just going to like pop.
This is there's somebody new in the chat's been talking. I just noticed here someone called Witch Bitch 98.
Oh,
But they just say,
I know who that is.
yeah.
kill a bitch. Kill a bitch. Is that someone you know? Is it
That's Emily.
Emily? So you're
Just the other half.
is that your other half? Is she watching? Oh, hi Emily.
Yeah, I've kicked her out the bedroom. She's watching from the living room.
Oh, bless her. My missus would rather die, I think. A couple of years ago, she was like, it was my birthday coming up, and she was like, "What do I want?" I said, "You know what I want for my birthday? The one thing I really want for my birthday." And this is when it was about 2 or 3 years back, and I just got a group together and just really started playing again. And I was like, because she was always ripping the piss. I said, I want you to play with me. That's all I want. It's because you're just so close-minded. All I want you to do is just play D&D with me and see if you enjoy it, because it's fun, and that way you can stop taking the piss out of me. And she just outright refused. It was the one thing I wanted for my birthday.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think Emily actually wants to play, but she's doing lessons and stuff sort of during the week and things, so she's not.
Yeah, she's commented a couple of times. Oh wow, yeah, she actually has. I've been missing it. Sorry.
Oh god.
But I don't know what's all in relation to, whether she's in relation to the chat conversations going on or not. But Psych Unsent says, "Is this going to turn out that the players are unknowingly the mercs they're looking for?" Which bitch says, "Ooh, interesting. All sounds very fishy." She's just posted saying, "Just ignore me. I don't know what's going on." That's cool. James, you're back.
She said to me in the break. She I have no
sorry
idea what's
about
happening.
That's all right. We were just kind of gossiping while I was waiting for you to come back. They want to say, Burr's the one that's made the threat. Burr's the one that has. So basically, they've decided that he's a weasel, and they want to try and threaten him to get the information out of him. So it was Burr's idea.
Oh, nice.
So Burr can roll the intimidation. However, I will give you the advantage on the roll for free, simply because there's a gang of you.
Yeah, I've got +4 to intimidation as well. So.
Well, it was Burr's doing the action, so Burr's got to do it. But he'll be doing it with advantage because you're all there.
5 + 5.
Is that with advantage? Is that the highest out of 2 rolls?
No, I haven't done 2 rolls. No, let me re-roll because that was shit. That was even shitter.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Jeez.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. You just like. I mean. This sounds like a threat. You're threatening an elected official. I'll lock you in cells for that. And he just storms off. Consider yourself lucky this time that you're a friend of Sildar and he's here representing the Lords Alliance. I'll give you, considering what you've been through. And he's just kind of, and he just literally just shuttles off, but quite quickly.
Shit.
Oh dear.
We'll come back to him.
Sildar's like, I appreciate your Candice, is that even the right word? I don't fucking know. I appreciate what your candor, but I think maybe threatening people with cutting off their toes is
Oh, is that what happened?
perhaps not going to get you very far. This is, I'm sure you didn't really mean it. This all sounds suspicious. And if what you say is true, and I am inclined to believe you over that weasel, definitely look into it. See what you can do. If you can, I know you can handle yourselves. You've cleared out an entire den of goblins. I'm sure you can handle a couple of ruffian bandits. But be careful. It's what I'm here. It's what I've been sent here to do. Set up order in this town. Perhaps even come the election next month, we shall see if we can position someone better equipped to do the job of townmaster.
I think we
Justice Scapes,
I think-
our leader.
we
Let me
head up
just-
to this.
Let me just. I'm in, obviously in no fit state myself to take care of this, but
It's
perhaps-
still imperative that we recover Gundren.
Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I'm lost. I don't know where to begin to look. You could
We have a lead.
perhaps speak to some of the locals, perhaps see what turns up. Maybe.
I think we need to go to this other tavern.
Do you reckon we've got to
It
go to
seems
the
Yeah, the
sleeping
sleeping
inn?
giants sound like there might,
Yeah.
yeah, it sounds like there might be some nasty people there, so they might know where this Cragmaw Castle is.
So the Sleeping Giant is a ramshackle tap room at the east end of the town. There's 4 human ruffians are lingering on the covered porch. That's what I was looking for. Perched on an empty ale barrels or just like leaning against the wall, whatever. They all wear grimy scarlet cloaks. Their sullen stares fix on you as you approach. One of the thugs spits on the ground. Well,
Pick that up.
he snarls. Here's a whole pack of little puppies. What do you want, puppies? Come here to bark at us.
Yeah. Can I use intimidation and say to him, pick that up?
Well, his spit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pick that up. Now.
I mean, like, if you want.
Yeah, go on. Roll it. 18?
Nice.
What do you roll?
Yeah, 18.
You fucking what, mate? Pick up spit off the ground. He's like, and this is like the little one. There's always the little one, and he's like, can you like? Why?
Can I
You...
just hold his head with my hand like that, like as if I'm holding a child who's trying to hit me?
He doesn't get that close to you, but they're
No,
all,
all
he's
right.
all kind of like
I'll-
they're all standing on this covered porch thing, you know. And so it's like,
Like Romford.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know where to go from here. He said, no, what now?
tell you what. How about you give us that shiny sword and any other gold and stuff you've got going on around here, and get out of town before we run you out.
How about bollocks?
Oh, you want my sword? You wish for my sword?
Don't think you quite understand who you're dealing with. This is our town. We don't need no poxy adventurers coming in, messing shit up.
Well, no, who exactly are we dealing with? Why don't you tell us that?
Yeah,
This is our town.
what he said.
And you are?
With a red...
I mean, I don't need second names. I thought this might
Who
be
are
a
we?
red coat.
Who are we? Who the fuck are you, mate?
Oh, I'm very close.
I have justice.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Beautiful.
I say we just ignore and we barge our way into the bar.
They kind of at this like they step towards you. Roll initiative. They draw their swords.
Let's do it.
Rumble.
Initiative 6.
18.
9.
Right.
15.
What a time to pull out the reverb, though, James. That was sick.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
thank you.
Incredible.
I just felt it. It was perfect.
And then if we all die, it'll be the least,
Yeah.
the least climactic fight ever.
At least it started well.
Yeah, at least it'll be in the history books.
So, Theatre of the Mind.
Oh,
There's
they're
no map
miles
on
away.
this one, so you'll need to just kind of
Imagine it.
imagine it. It's a little bit new for our new players, Pock and Burr, something we've not yet done. So basically, just picture the scene. You've got a little bit more leeway with what goes on, basically. So, you know, if you want that, like if you remember when we did the little skill challenge thing at the beginning, very first episode, and I was like, you know, you kind of create the scene together. So if you want there to be, if you want something cool to happen that you want there, then say it, ask it, and we'll build the scene around each other. So if you want there to be barrels that you can hide behind and then jump out to take bow and arrow shots, things like you can do that, you know, and just you just have to visualize it all a little bit more. Lots of people prefer playing this way. I, generally speaking, prefer playing this way altogether. It's not for everybody. Some people like the more tactical maps. So, yeah, so they draw swords and come towards you, but Millicent, you're up.
Okay.
Effing, and they're all kind of like, you know, like all gangsters, like, coming in, coming in.
Yeah. They're gonna ride.
The first 3 that I see coming towards me, I'm going to cast Bane.
How's that work?
Oh, nice.
I think if I hit this button, it'll pop up in the chat.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey.
Bane, up to
So,
3 creatures
up
of your
to-
choice that you can. Oh, sorry, you read it. Go on, your lovely voice. Sorry, I'm going for it.
Sorry. Up to 3 creatures of your choice that you can see within range must make a charisma saving throw. Whenever the target fails this saving throw, makes an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, the target must roll a d4 and subtract it from the number rolled.
Okay, whenever a target
Okay,
fails the
then.
saving throw, makes an attack roll. Oh, at any time, so before the spell ends and it lasts a minute. Shit, so it's not just one attack.
No.
Whenever
No.
attack target that fails this saving throw makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends. Shit, nice.
I just want them to be like tripping over their fucking shit,
Yeah,
making
okay.
fools of themselves.
Yeah, so 3 saving throws then. What's your DC?
Great
on
question. DC
there?
is 13.
13. Okay. So if we imagine the front of the pub as like a Wild West type pub, you know, so it's a little bit raised on wooden stilts. That's where the kind of covered up porch areas that they're leaning on, and there's saloon kind of doors there. Looking at the map, which I've that you've got just the street and stuff, you can see what's in their local area. There's corners, there's bushes, trees, things like that. This end of town, there's not many people. There's one thing you notice as you walked up this street is that really once you got sort of a few buildings past the Stonehill Inn, there's no one milling around this area. There's no shops or anything around it. These are houses, and rough looking houses at that. So Millicent, that's you done, yeah? Cool.
Yes.
So this Ruffian will probably come in and attack the one that was given the biggest shit. So that would be Scapes, I suppose.
No.
And we'll miss you because you didn't roll much. So this is one of one of the people in the chat will see this. Is one of the cool things about having the official pack now. It's like all of the creature stats are all here, so I don't need to be looking in the book to flicking through pages to try and find all the different things. So I can just go into the journal and bring up their stats. So yeah, he's going to miss you with that attack, but that's fine. Up next is Pock.
I am gonna. Are they lined up on this porch? And is the
So
the
there's
sleeping giants behind them? There's a wall behind
Yeah.
them, isn't there?
Yeah, and they were some of us.
Excellent.
Yeah, they'd all started to kind of stand up and walk towards you, and one of them was like, "Come in," and drew his sword and started stepping towards you. And he's the one that just went and attacks Scapes and missed miserably.
Yeah.
I am
Oh,
gonna
shit,
cast.
Sorry. Oh,
Oh, my bad.
they get 2 attacks.
Ooh.
And I'm not even shitting you. I know you're not gonna. That's,
Nat 20.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
so the
Did
second
he
attack-
save on his Bane?
This one did.
Damn it.
Yeah. So.
Scapes has inspiration.
Yeah, can I don't know.
The meta
don't-
pigeon
I don't know if
strikes
we ever
again.
got an answer to that. Let's have a look in the compendium.
That is called metagaming and is punishable by death.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I don't
Oh,
know.
I see. Okay,
DM
I
was
see how that
up
works.
to the DM.
Right.
Inspiration is a rule. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, blah blah blah. Using inspiration.
Actually, no, I think you can remind a player that they've got inspiration. That's unfair.
You have inspiration.
Inspiration,
fair.
using
That's
inspiration.
fair.
Okay, if you have inspiration, you can expend it when you make an attack roll, saving for an ability check. Spending your inspiration gives you advantage on that roll. Additionally, if you have inspiration, you can reward another player for good role playing, clever think, or simply doing something exciting in the game. No, so you can't force me to have disadvantage, but you you get you could give it to one of your colleagues if you want to.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's D6 damage, so you will take 6 plus 1 is 7 plus another 2 for 9 points of damage.
Ouch.
Yowza.
And then fuck.
Well, here's for Scapes, mother fudges.
Yeah.
I cast Thunderwave.
Shit.
Thunderwave.
Thunderwave. A wave of thunderous force sweeps out in a 15-foot cube originated from you. They make a Constitution saving throw, and they take, if they fail, 2d8 of thunder damage, and they're pushed 10 feet away, hopefully into the wall.
Yeah, so it's an area of effect. So if I remember rightly, it literally centers on yourself and comes out of you in all directions, and it will affect every creature within that range. So it would also.
Oh, it doesn't go sort of forward into the next.
No, it doesn't. I would have to.
In that case, I do apologise if anyone's near me.
Let's check it. See if it comes. A Thunderwave spell. Once roll 20. Wave of thunderous force sweeps out from you. Yeah, it's each creature in a 15-foot cube. So yeah, so originating from you. So it's all directions, right. 15 feet in every direction from you. Makes a Constitution saving throw. And a failed save, a creature takes 2d8 thunder damage, and it's pushed 10 feet away from you. On a successful save, but I mean, what you could do if you wanted to, I mean, I would say that you're not all bundled together yet, so you could run.
Could I run amongst them?
You could run up to the ones that are still on the kind of coming down the porch, you know, and do
run up far, run away.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Yeah, so I know that's cheating somewhat, but now
fine.
I understand the words in front of me.
So one of them has already managed to move up and engage. So I'll say that if you were to kind of, because you're not all going to be bundled together. You're going to have been separated out. He's come down towards you. The other ones are also moving down. So you kind of run up to them and then kind of just go, rah, like that.
Rah!
So it's a Constitution saving throw. What's the DC that will be on your character sheet?
That is 13.
13. We have got 3 failures. So the other 3 all will take that damage, and then you roll for the damage as normal, which is on the spell. Let me know.
So that's a roll.
2d8, wasn't it?
D8, and then it's a spell mod of +5. Is that right?
Yep.
On top of that, I think I've typed that incorrectly.
So so 17 on the first one. Just check what's the one that's.
Do you add the modifier to the damage?
I'm not sure.
No, you
Is that
don't.
right?
Not on a spell. No, so you don't add on the modifier to the damage on a spell. Sorry, you don't.
Only if you were going to hit, do you add the modifier? But you don't need to roll to hit because you're.
So it'd just be the 5.
Oh, sorry. This is roll to hit. I do apologise.
Yeah. So
I think that's all right.
Yeah. So some spells you roll to hit, like in melee. Some spells the other person makes a saving throw. So in this instance, they've made a saving throw. They failed it, and then the damage is just 2d8. Thank you. Actually, I was good. That had slipped past me. That one.
Okay.
So 12 damage.
Sorry, Sean.
Okay.
It's still
no, that's fine.
pretty good. So the one that's come up to you is that one. So it's these other 3 which haven't gone. So
They are pushed 10 foot away, but I presume there's a pub behind them, so it doesn't really affect much. Oh, sorry. When you what I should have done is cast that as a 2nd level or higher spell, because then I get an extra.
So
Oh, okay. It increases by 1d8 for each slot level above first.
as some advice, I would just cast it as a 1st level spell. You don't need to cast it as a 2nd spell.
No worries. Cool.
They didn't like it. They did all get pushed back. You kind of one comes in, charges at Scapes and hits him, and then you kind of run round past him to the other gang, thinking, "Oh, I'm going to stop this from," because it just really actually hurts Scapes, your friend, So you run past him and jump down, like I said, you unleash this massive burst of energy, and I believe it makes a thunderous noise as well, a thunder wave, like. It's really fucking loud. They can be heard like 300 feet away or something. It's like
Amazing.
A spell emits a thunderous boom audible out to 300 feet.
Yeah.
So it's this massive, thunderous crack, boom, and they do get pushed 10 feet back. I don't think it says anything in there about knocking them prone on the floor, but I think on this occasion they do kind of get stumbled back, and one of them slams into like the wall. Another one gets kind of pushed back and falls through the little swing doors, and another one falls up the step. Brilliant, well done.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And that's your movement and your action done. Burr! So there's one attacking your mate, and then there's another 3 that have just all been blasted.
Taking some damage. Well, I'm going to go and help out Scapes. I think he needs a bit of a hand. He's just taking a bit of damage.
So you can get the sneak attack on him because you're flanking from the back. So
And
you have advantage for flanking.
it's one of those 14.
Nice, that's going to be a yeah, so it's 14's higher plus the your modifier will hit. I'm sure it's the first one.
Probably like 5 or something, isn't it?
So that's my rapier. D8.
D8 plus your modifier plus your sneak attack.
8 plus 3. That's 8 plus 3, and then
Another D6.
My sneak attack, which is D6. 3.
So 11 plus 3 is 14.
14.
Now, if you remember from when I was trying to explain to you, kind of, it's one of the features about because you haven't leveled up to 3 yet, but we're looking at you're going to be taking swashbuckler. So the idea around swashbuckler is fighting with 2 weapons, and we haven't really explored this yet. But your character's designed around using a rapier in one hand and a dagger in the other hand. So if you want to, you can use your bonus action to make a second attack, or you could do nothing, or you could use your bonus action to do that cunning action, so you can disengage and stuff if you wanted to. But you can't. You only get 1 bonus action.
Right. Okay.
So
that's when I level up.
no, you can do that anytime. Anybody can 2-weapon fight. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good.
So it's whether you want to disengage and use your cunning action, or whether you want to make a second attack, basically.
Now I'm going to make a second attack then with the dagger then. So 1d4.
So you still have to roll to
Do I
hit.
have to do a roll to hit? Yeah.
Yes, you still roll to hit. And you can. 12 will hit. So that's fine.
And 1.
The damage
D4.
on the second one is just a D4, so you don't get to add your modifier on it this time.
1.
He doesn't look good. By the way, chaps, are you doing lethal or non-lethal damage? Are you going to murder some people in broad daylight?
Ooh, maybe we shouldn't be killing.
I think we should be knocking them out.
Yeah. Showing them what's what.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next up, then. Scapes. Yeah, so you've got the one in front of you that Burr's just fucked up, and you might as well.
Yeah, I'm going to stick one on him. Stick one with the butt of my sword or whatever. I'm going to try doing it through this. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, through your D&D beyond shit.
Okay,
Nice.
Okay, so 16 is what I'm thinking it is.
Yeah, it's going to hit, yeah. And then you're doing 6 damage.
Apparently.
Yeah.
With slashing, yeah.
Because you're not using it two-handed, do you? You use sword and shield, so you do just the 6 damage. Nice.
Oh, can I also do a bonus action as well?
That's non-lethal, yeah?
Yeah, that's non-lethal, yeah.
So you knock him unconscious.
Excellent.
Hey.
Nice one.
One
One down.
Can I use my bonus action as well?
To do...
What was it? It's one of my spells that I can use as a bonus action. Oh yeah, Divine Favour.
Yeah.
So it's that Divine Favour. It basically your pair empowers you with Divine Radiance until your spell ends, which is a minute. Your weapon attack deals an extra 1d4 of damage.
Okay.
Radiant damage.
Okay. That's cool. I mean, it's For your next attack, maybe you can use it. But yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So that's just so that's there. All right, nice one.
Cool. You gonna stay your ground, or you gonna make a movement to kind of move your ups to?
Well, that was my bonus action. Can I move?
You can still move. Yeah, you get a movement as well.
Yeah. I just want to move into where I've just done it. Just want to kind of flank the other guy.
Yeah, so don't worry about moving your figures.
Yeah. Sorry.
So you're just gonna move up and flank one of the other guys. So that's fine.
Yeah.
We'll just say that. So the one that you've actually fought, you've been fighting, is this one all the way over on the left.
Oh, I see.
That's fine. I'll say that you're flanking the one that's on the in front of your piece, just to keep it simple. Cool. Right. So this one here then. So basically, Millicent's fecked off. Burr is about. So they've got a little gnome in front of them, and Scapes is relatively nearby. So this one here is will run up to the closest thing, which I will say was probably the gnome that did loads of damage. So he will attack the gnome, and he gets a 12 minus a d4. So 9 plus his modifier. Hold on.
Oh, hold on.
Rolled a 9. So 13 to hit.
My armor class is 13.
If it meets, it beats. Beat your meat.
Aha!
Meets, it beats.
I would
It
like
meets.
to serve a diss to this person as a reaction, please.
Okay.
Cutting words.
Yeah, immediate reaction.
Makes an attack roll. Ability check damage roll. You can expend one of my bardic inspirations. I will roll a d6 to take that away from his hit.
That's okay. Well, you'd only have to roll
And
one.
I'm gonna-
anyway, so.
Yeah.
He misses.
So yeah, I basically say to him,
Sure.
"You need more training, you little pussy shit," and that distracts him enough to. I went very anime there. You will need more training. Yeah, so that distracts him enough that he misses you.
Okay, cool.
Oh, lovely. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Next one. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, this little fucking gnome just fucks shit up, so he's going to run down and attack you as well. And this one did pass his save, so he does not have to minus that d4. So that'll be a 12, so that's going to be a miss. You got lucky there. And then this one is getting faced up by, will kind of stumble up his feet because he was the one that fell down on the floor, and he's got this big man standing in front of him. He's going to take, attack Scapes, I suppose. He's right in front of him.
No.
He'll miss with a 9 plus where his modifier is, so that will miss. So there you go. And then we're back to the top of the round for Millicent.
I would like to take my turn to laugh at these guys.
Okay. Is that like
That's
a bardic thing, or is it literally you're just gonna laugh at them?
That's just
It's just,
roleplay.
That's just roleplay, baby.
I will also, I'll also fire at them.
don't make me laugh.
That's just my free action. Wait. Actually, no, I'm not going to fire. I'm just going to say out loud to them, don't you think it's time you gave up this and let us go past? Because we're not trying to kill them. We're trying to run them out of the porch, I think.
Yeah.
Is anyone? No one's been hurt yet, have they?
On your team, Scapes took a little bit of damage. Yeah.
I will cast. I'll come up to Scapes and I'll cast Cure Wounds.
Okay, wait, what was I on? I was 6, so I was on 7. Don't know why my damage had gone back up.
You got 11 points of damage back.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. And I'm
It's
like,
healed.
yeah. My character is stifling guffaws of laughter at these idiots. The red brands.
Nice one.
This one's unconscious. So Spock, you've got. I believe I said you got 2 that have ganged up and used to try and attack you.
There's 2 on me.
The
is there?
GM is forgetting that the Red Brand Ruffians have 2 melee attacks by turn. I had forgot that. I remembered it on the first attack, but I forgot it for everybody else, didn't I? Shit.
Ah.
Alright, so Pock, you've had 2 attacks.
Well, they're
Second
quite
one-
drunk, I suppose.
Second one misses you. That one will hit. So let's just retcon that you were hit by the second one that attacks you for 8 points of damage, and that Scapes, that one missed you because your AC is insanely high. Carry on,
Yeah.
as you were.
So
Thank
I've got
you
2 on
very
me, is that
much.
correct?
You got 2 on you, yeah. One's hit you for 8 damage, the other one missed you.
Well, I was going to use something else, but because there's 2 on me, I think I'm just going to give Thunderwave another wallop.
Sure.
Can I do that?
Your spells have got to last
Yep.
you all
Um,
day.
Oh, yes, correct. Just before I'm about to cast Thunderwave, and then I go, oh, wait a minute, these spells need to last me all day, and I pull out my dagger.
Yeah. Cool.
And I'm going to go for the one on my left.
That's fine. Yeah. So roll to hit, D20.
Um,
Oh, it's late.
sorry, yep.
13 total misses, I'm afraid.
Ooh.
Yeah, no luck with that one. Do you want to do anything else at all? I don't think you can do much else.
No, I'm not. I think I'll stay as Pock for now. I don't want to waste it. No, I'm good. I will just go. Help!
Okay.
Right. So we've got 3 guys left awake, yeah?
Yeah.
Um,
So they're not far from you, probably about 20 feet, because everyone's moved up to the pub. You know, you've took the last one out, and then you just move up a little bit. So you're 2 on Pock, 1 on Scapes, looking pretty sorry for himself.
Okay, I'm going to leg it over to help Pock out and take a swing at the one that is to his left again. 20, 19. That's a hit. With my rapier,
8 damage, nice.
plus 3.
Sweet.
Plus your sneak damage, so that one will get taken out. Let's just say that
We're doing non-lefful damage, aren't we?
if that's what you want to do, yeah. So the second one gets knocked unconscious. You kind of run up
Kill
behind
one of
him
them.
and
Yeah,
just
we could, couldn't we?
kind of bang him on the back of the head with the pommel of your sword.
Bang him over the back of the head.
Done.
Yep.
Okay. Is that you done?
Always leave one alive to tell the
And
story.
I'll use my cunning action to back away.
Yeah, disengage and back off. Cool.
Yeah.
Scapes.
Right. I think I like to attack one, but one of the other one, the one on the right of Pock, my long sword.
Mhm.
15. That's 6, but I also get an extra D4.
Yeah.
Oh.
So whatever one you've just hit, you have defeated. However it is you want to do that, it's up to you.
Oh, okay, there you go. It's 8 altogether. 8 damage.
Cool. Yeah. So you knock that one unconscious. If that's what
Cool.
you're doing.
And then, yeah, that's it really. Just stay flanked on them, you know.
Okay. So that is. So the last one who's left is actually their turn then, because it's their turns coming up. He looks around at everything and is just like backs away, and it's like, fucking, we'll get you. You watch yourselves. We're gonna get you. You don't know who you're messing with. And he just runs, off.
Chuck something.
He
Can I chuck that? Yeah. I was just going to say, can I chuck a brick?
So he would have taken the disengage action, so you don't get that opportunity attack against him, and he kind of
Damn it.
just starts running up the hill to the manor. And then you've got 3 unconscious
I
people.
cast. No, I can't.
You can't.
Oh,
It's not
no.
your turn, I'm afraid. I mean, technically it's Millicent's turn.
No, I forgot we was
But-
initiative. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So he's running off to the manor. Do you want to take chase, or do you want to let him go?
Let them go.
Really? Because we're going to get how many more
How long's
people?
your range, Lise?
It could be loads of
Right.
people in the mansion.
I'm getting the sense that you don't want me to let them run away.
It's your decision.
No,
I think he's the one that dies.
We need the choice.
Okay,
I mean, like,
my range is 120 feet, so I'll try and take him with a crossbow.
it will kill him. You can't do non-lethal
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah.
Fuck
Kill
it.
a fucker.
Yeah, kill one of them.
Yeah.
Just
Feel my alignment shifting as you speak.
I know. I think I've got good alignment as well. I'm getting excited.
Oh God, 18.
Yeah, you shoot him in the back and he dies.
Oh,
Oh, fuck.
oh no.
Probably in the back of the head.
Something really messy as well, right in the neck.
Cool. All right, so you've got
no.
3 unconscious people.
One dead.
And 1 dead. It's really late. I didn't realise what time was, but never mind. So let's probably just wrap it up here, and then we'll deal with the consequences of this next week, of whatever you want to do, and we can then get into the action next week. So basically, then there we are. Thank you for joining, everybody.
Can't believe you guys have turned me. I was so kind when we started.
I'm a paladin. I should be better than
Oh,
this.
You should be. You know.
Mob mentality. Let's blame it on that.
I was just scared.
So yeah, you've got some useful information. Good heavy role play sessions, so they can be a bit daunting on new players who've not had to do this before. So well done to both Pock and Burr. James, I said it to you. You know, when we first started playing, this is one of the best character role players I've ever known. So, like, I know you're good with this, and good to see you doing it as well. Lisa, we've never played before. We decided doing this as well. So, I think you've all done an amazing job tonight. So, well done. Next session, depending on what you want to do, can potentially be a lot more combat. Depends whether you want what you want to do, and it is your decision. I'm not going to railroad you. You can do what you want.
I think we like to kill things, yeah.
So next week you need to work out what you're going to do with these bodies. There are jails at the Townmaster's Hall. You could try locking them up, see what happens with that. You could go and investigate the manor. You can just fuck it all off and try and find this castle. But at the moment you haven't got any leads on the castle, so you have to bear that in mind. And you have technically murdered somebody. Yeah. So we'll see.
The Reddit.
So yeah, thank you everybody who stayed with us throughout the night. There is some new names in there which I've recognised, which is brilliant in the chat. So it's great to see that it looks like we are growing. And sorry I haven't responded as much to what you guys are saying tonight. It's hard multitasking all this shit together and stuff. So, but I appreciate it. So please do tune in next week, every Tuesday, 8:30. We are hoping to release all of these as podcasts. Sean's edited them all. It's just now really a case of me putting my finger out my arse and getting them uploaded to the internet. So watch the Twitters. You can find us at Show D&D on Twitter. You can find us on Facebook at Show D&D. You can find me on Twitter at Lukey_baby86. I think it's either that or LukeyBaby_86. I can never remember. One of the two. Thank you and good night, James. Any final words?
Yeah. Just good night. Thanks for everyone for joining us.
Cool.
Join us again next week.
Lisa.
Hey, you can find me at Twitter at @the_energy. That's it.
Shawnee boy.
I don't really do Twitter, but you can find me on Instagram at Sean F. Lee.
And Gavin.
Yeah, and you can find me if you're really bothered about looking at my ugly mug.
Why wouldn't they?
Instagram, Gavlar666 beers and beards, or beards and beers. I can't remember which way around it is.
But the main thing is that you had fun, everybody. Players mostly.
Loved it.
And people watching. So thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll see you on the flip side. Is that something that cool kids say these days?
Absolutely not.
10 years.
No? All right. Good night, everyone. See you later.
Good night. See you later.
The D&D show would like to thank Sword Coast Soundscapes on YouTube for the music and sound effects used in this recording. Find him on Twitter at Sword Coast Sounds. Also, a massive thank you to Lewis Gale for producing our amazing theme tune. Follow him on Twitter at LewisSW Gale. Lastly, from all of us here at the D&D show, thank you for downloading this podcast. You're breathtaking. See you soon.